Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, Marvel has finally dropped the first trailer for Agatha All Along, and we're going to talk about it and break it down frame by frame. All that right after this. Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name is Matthew Carroll.
And I'm Ashley Coffin.
Ashley.
What's up, witches? It is this season of The Witch over here, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, we got the release date of September 19th, which should line it up so the final episode is right around Halloween.
Perfect. It's what they did with, I think when they did Werewolf by Night and kind of making that like a Halloween thing, that was a really good idea. Yeah. So, of course, you have to do this around Halloween.
Absolutely.
I mean, that trailer, it literally is Halloween. If that was just called Agatha Halloween, I would have been totally fine with that, too.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about it is it's definitely a Marvel-y tone for sure. Dripping of WandaVision, all the like interesting references to TV shows or whatever, but also it's so funny, but also it's scary. Like it has real moments of terror. That
I read that it was going to be scary.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And that's why I'm excited to see all the crybabies who were like, "Multiverse of Madness was too much for me." It's like, we shouldn't watch this one either, sweetheart.
Well, I think it's probably going to strike a good balance. But I do want them to go there, and I mean, it looks like they are. I don't know, like I can tell, like by that scene. With the like sort of Exorcist reference of the little girl,
I love an Exorcist face.
Yeah. The person flipping upside down and crawling towards. You can kind of tell that they're going to play that for like, yes, that's terrifying, but also it's really funny that the one like the one guy is like cowering from in fear away from it or whatever. So I think they're going to like strike a balance that will hopefully be okay for most people, but I hope that it's scary enough for you. That demon face that we see in the middle of the trailer is like intense.
We got demons, covens, witches, Ouija boards. We have one of my favorite Florence and the Machine songs is Seven Devils, which they're playing over this, which if you go listen to that song is absolutely perfect for the tone and what we're doing like here. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
That's awesome. I love it. And I've been excited for this one myself, but also very excited for you because this is all your vibe. I mean, your favorite show of the MCU stuff, and like an extension of that show, and it being so even more witchy. I mean, WandaVision was witchy, but also like superhero. Like this just looks all witchy. Like do we?
I
was just gonna ask. So you go ahead. Sorry.
What I like about it is, even though it does feel very Marvel, it also feels to me very much like Disney villainous, unlike any other shows before, and I love that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Maleficent.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked that vibe because I definitely was getting that vibe as well, but I wasn't sure if that would be like too, like I guess like Disney-fied for you.
Not the younger, like not Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, because those witches were killing babies and stuff. So I'm right there. I'm with them.
Oh yeah. You're with
you didn't invite me to your baptism. Well, I'm gonna curse your daughter forever. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest things that what shocked me about the trailer was the appearance of Wanda Maximoff. Obviously not in the actress, but in the flesh, like the body laying there, and that being the sort of beginning of the trailer, and I'm assuming the beginning of the show.
Well, it pops in like Mayor of Easttown. If you didn't know what you were about to watch, they could have from dusk till dawn you and been like, this is a completely different thing than you're expecting, which was really 100%. Cool.
Well, and every time we get new trailers, I always have to contend with like 30,000 fake trailers. Like every time I'm rounding up news, there's 30,000 fake trailers I have to sort through and be like, no, that's not real. Like articles and YouTube videos about like new trailer drop, and like, no, it didn't.
Yeah, liars.
You liars. You're all a bunch of liars. And this, so when it dropped and I was like, ooh, it's an Agatha show. Then I clicked on it. One thing people will do is they'll take parts of other shows to compose a trailer that's supposed to look like. And so when I saw it was her, Catherine Hahn playing this detective, I was like, oh no, please don't tell me. Like I can't tell yet. And then it finally got to the black fingers, and I was like, no, that's Wanda.
Oh yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah,
what an interesting glamour to have her stuck in.
Yes, for sure. And I'm wondering, so we see them going on the Witch's Road. I don't know enough about the Witch's Road. Do you have any insights about what the Witch's Road is?
Not really. Not when
Okay.
it comes to like whatever they're going to be doing with it. I
Right.
haven't
Well, I guess
read up on Agatha at all.
no, I just meant like I don't know if the Witch's Road is something in witch lore. I guess no,
I
nothing
mean,
of.
there it could be like a different name for like taking the dark path, signing the book, this or that. But no, I'm not privy to the Witch's Road. No,
Okay.
It looks like it is just a Marvel thing.
Okay, cool. I you know how Marvel tends to like blend whatever like the sorcery witches stuff with the Marvel stuff and sort of make it its own like thing, but sometimes it's like literally representations of a thing from other witch lore. I mean, like we saw with, like you mentioned.
It looks like it's something that comes up in the Scarlet Witch comics.
Okay, yeah. I knew that they did it in the comics. I guess I was just thinking it might be from witch lore in general, kind of like werewolves or whatever. You know, like Werewolf by Night was.
I probably would have that's definitely something I would have heard of before,
Okay,
and it probably
cool.
is way in some kind of lore. So I'm not going to say that
Sure.
it's not something, but I personally haven't practiced or walked that road yet. So
Okay. We'll ask you later once you've done your research.
when I figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, and you find the road, take those few steps. I don't know if this show, because one thing I noticed in the scene, that sort of Exorcist scene where the kid, and I know that's been in other things, but I feel like Exorcist originated that sort of a backwards walking thing, right?
Yeah, she goes down the steps like that. Ugh.
You're the Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater person, so like I don't want to like say it's an Exorcist thing, and you're like, actually, it's from this other movie first.
It started. I mean, I'm sure you can take it all the way back to the 20s and be like, nope, that girl bent over and walked in that movie, and say that that's the first movie. But the contortion thing is more of a 2000s kind of thing. Like you think The Ring kind of started that. The Grudge, when they're all like blah blah blah. But then a little after that, like Conjuring, the Conjuring 2. You know, you have the upside down crickety crack walking thing. That's definitely like a 2000s kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like it's all, at least in my opinion, as far as I know back, it all kind of stems from that Exorcist scene being like so popular and it being coming down the stairs or whatever. Well, I feel like that's what they're referencing there. But they're all wearing an 80s like sleepover clothes. Did you notice?
It reminds me with the Ouija board, like they're doing like the craft, like they're actually trying to conjure like a demon at like a sleepover. I wouldn't even be surprised if that's what Agatha's like, hey, little witches, we're all just going to stay here and do this. Because it did look like they got her possessed through the Ouija board. Yeah,
well, what I'm wondering is, because they're all wearing these like 80s sleepover clothes, it made me wonder if like throughout the show, while she's trying to walk the Witch's Road and while she's doing this, she's still contending with the curse. And like they're going to be drifting through different genres of movies or TV or whatever.
That'd be fun.
Because it definitely looked like all the characters were lining up into whatever. Like maybe these people are trying to help her with the curse, but then they all kind of get sucked into it or something, and they're all kind of going through. I don't know, just a thought. Or something like the Witch's Road puts them in scenarios where they're having to like whatever face off with the or you're like you said, maybe it is just a witch's sleepover. I don't know.
And it looks like they're trying to find the coven, so they're trying to find people who have powers, you know, as well.
I know that all of these actresses, a lot of them are very famous. I'm spacing on everybody's name right now. Patti LuPone was the one we see at the end. Is that right? That says, "Why would I join? What witch in her right mind or whatever?"
Yeah.
That's Patti LuPone. And I don't know if she joins because we don't see her much on the road with them or whatever. But we do see. I love that line. I'm not looking for right-minded witches.
Yeah, and I like Joe Locke, who's on Heartstoppers. If ever watched that on Netflix, he's hilarious. But he's like, I love myself a little twink witch. Bring him in. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you can't be a witch.
I don't.
It's awesome.
Is he Wiccan?
He might be. Yeah, I just know him from a different show. Okay,
because in the comics, as we've talked about before, the two children of Agatha disappear as they see here, but then they're born to another family, and Wanda eventually finds them. Correct?
Yeah.
So in this show, we've got this guy who I don't know, Joe Locke. I don't know him from anything, but he seems like that could easily go with that storyline. Like, and I think they're even older when Wanda finally finds them. They're older than they should have been. Isn't that anyway? In comics, so I'm wondering if that's Wiccan, and I'm wondering if this is how it is Wiccan for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Cool.
I would put all my money on it, but I'm going to go ahead and say, 100% Wiccan.
Cool.
And what's her face is supposed to be in it too from that 70s show. I love her, the mom. I can't remember her name.
Deborah Jo Rupp.
Sure. She's just always funny. She's got that like dry mom humor.
Yeah, well, she was in WandaVision too.
She was. I have to watch it again. It's been a long time.
Yeah. She played one of the townspeople. So I'm assuming, and we talked a lot about that during WandaVision. Even before we knew there was an Agatha the show, I think we talked about like what could they do with this town people, and like when Agatha was announced, we talked about like her getting some of the town people to be witches, like some of them maybe were witches. They're seeing other witches, seeing what was going on that were not Agatha. And Emma Caulfield, who played Sarah Proctor on
the chick from Buffy.
Yes, the chick from Buffy. She was also in the cast. She's also in the cast of Agatha. So we're seeing a lot of people from the town. So maybe that's the first place we collect our first group of witches. After apparently
Coven, you usually need 12, but I don't know if they're gonna. Wow! I don't know what rules they're gonna do here.
Right, that's a lot.
It's too many.
Yeah, it's too many characters to try to introduce. But there are.
I always tell people, think at the end of Practical Magic when you're trying to do Coven magic, you need a lot of women or witches.
Yeah, it's looking cool. I think it'll be really cool, and I'm loving. Aubrey Plaza is playing. I guess in the trailer it was Rio is her name.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't have the subtitles on. Did it say her name?
Yeah, it said her name was Rio.
Interesting.
I don't know if
I don't know anything about that.
Right. I have no idea. I'm just pumped, man. We're just giving our first reactions to this. We're also going to do a quick frame by frame. I guess that's really the main things I wanted to bring up, but I'm sure as we do the frame by frame, we'll have a lot more. Anything else you want to say before we dive into that?
No, I'm all here for it all.
By the way, if you want to follow along on our frame by frame, we do this on YouTube, youtube.com/strandedpanda. And you can follow along and you can see what we're seeing. All right, let's do it. We're going to watch thing slowly and frame by frame and kind of like see if there's any like thing we noticed that either we didn't talk about yet or we didn't notice because it was too fast. And this thing came out an hour ago. I'm so excited. We always do our recordings on this Monday afternoons, and this thing dropped like an hour before. I was really pumped.
Have this weird sweet spot. They do Mondays for some reason. And
they do Mondays, and they also do Thursdays.
I especially appreciate this one because I would have been pissed off if I couldn't be on it.
I know you've been so mad. I was really excited that it was right before we recorded. So I'm going to hit play, and we're going to kind of watch it on silent and just talk over what we're seeing here. But I think the first like minute or so is like just this. So you called it, what did you call it?
Mayor of Easttown.
Mayor of Easttown.
That was the Philly one. It was the one that was outside of it was literally like my Delaware County where I grew up. And that's why it's funny because they really did the accents like a lot. Like they were heavy on our Philly accents.
Yeah, this is giving me real Broadchurch vibes. Did you watch Broadchurch at all?
No.
It's such a funny thing. Like, I think that David Tennant, it's a British show that David Tennant, the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who, played a character, and then they brought the show to America.
I mean, you should have said Purple Man, but that's okay.
Sorry, that's David Tennant will always be my doctor. But yes, Purple Man. But he came over to America and like auditioned and played the same role in America. Like they did the same. Funny. They did the show again.
Like, you're great at it. Just keep doing it.
I haven't seen the American version, but it's really funny that happened. Like how many years are you gonna spend?
She even has the Kate Winslet hair in this. Like if you Google Mayor of Easttown real fast, you're gonna go, oh.
I don't know Mayor of Easttown, but it definitely has just like a good like murder show vibe, you know.
Why is he showing us that coffee cup? They're really like usually they don't show us labels. What is that? Just a battery?
Oh, that's a really good call. Good catch there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, and it will work and not be terrible. Yeah, it is. So it is either a battery or a camera.
I can't tell.
It's either a battery or a camera, but the words below it are completely blurred out. Like they're either so small they're blurred out, or they blurred them out on purpose because they're like
interesting.
They're very blurred out. Okay, good catch. So. I think the camera, like, so if it's a battery, who knows? If it's a camera, that could mean, like, that they're in a show. You know, like, you're in a show. Okay. I like that. Good catch.
Thanks.
That's why we do this. I was going too fast. I almost missed that one.
Well, it's just very shocking. They don't usually show any kind of labels of anything. Like I have my red, like it's always like a can, like being held like this or whatever.
Who knows? We're probably going to hear from our listeners that it's like some actual coffee shop. Remember in we were talking about the coffee cups in Daredevil and Hawkeye were the same.
Oh, then that was just because that's what they use in New York. I remember I went hard about that. I was like, everybody, it's in every store. From Bronx to Queens to Manhattan. Exactly. That's the cup you're getting.
And I guess it was me and Jeff or something because we didn't know. And like, we got through it. And everyone's like, yes, it's just a New York coffee cup. Okay, moving forward a little bit. Now, okay.
So we have Wanda.
Our Wanda body double. Or we're assuming Wanda, because there's also
she has the blacked out magic fingers.
I was going to say, so did Agatha at the end of Agatha All Along, right? Or at the end of WandaVision,
right?
So I'm just kind of pointing out, like, what if there's a twist? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I feel now
like
we have black fingers.
The twist in the trailer for what the setup is, which is a little weird, but.
Ooh, what do you mean? What's the twist?
They write that the body's name is Wanda Maximoff, and then the twist is she pulls her out of it.
Yeah, they don't say they don't say she's gonna pull her out of it, but I do think that's a possible ending to the show for sure, right? Or did you think they?
No, I mean Aubrey Plaza is like, pull yourself out of this. Anyway, we'll get there when we. Yeah, she's pulling herself out of this glamour, which I would assume happens pretty quickly. I
thought you were saying she was going to pull Wanda out of, like, back from death.
Oh, no, I don't expect Wanda to show up in this at all.
Gotcha. I think it could be a thing that could happen in the show. But I do think right now it's just using her death as, like, an inciting incident for the show or whatever, which will be interesting because we haven't seen for sure that she's dead until this.
But maybe that's why she's finally able to pull herself out of the glamours, because Wanda's actually dead.
Right, exactly.
And that's what this kind of thing is.
Exactly. And what does she call it? What we're about to see. But okay, I don't see, there's a lot going on the screen right here, but nothing of note.
Looks like whatever was around her exploded.
Ooh. Interesting. I'm trying to like look, there's like a little river around her. Is what that is. That's water. Little stream, like it, but it is like a nice, like the stream.
Flat.
It's like the stream is going around her almost. Like, what does that mean? And why is she in a ballet stance?
Even in death, she's stunning. That's
right. I've been playing too many puzzles because looking at this like frozen screen, we were at the lake house this weekend, just like playing with puzzles, and I'm just like staring at the screen, thinking how hard this puzzle would be. Just leaves everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, got the like the morgue, medical examiner's office, whatever, coming in. Agatha coming into the morgue.
30 feet. Yeah, her hair is even like got the same exact part. It's very funny.
That's really funny. I really love the idea that this show might continue the WandaVision like motif of like using different TV shows as their aesthetic throughout, because clearly they're doing that here, like you're saying with Mayor of Easttown. But like it would be really cool if like that continued. I don't know, and it's not just sitcoms. You know, like this is Mayor of Easttown's not a sitcom. So be interesting if they like just continued to move her through the world of TV. So what are these dates? Do you think? February 16th, August 28th, June 2nd, December 28th, January 21st, October 13th.
October 13th, I mean, that sounds like a very witchy date.
Very much.
Especially if it's a Friday, but I don't know about the others.
I wonder if Friday, October 13th is this year.
It's only every once in a while. Is there?
Yeah. Every 7 years or so.
Yeah. Let me see.
Anyway, I also wonder if this is
boo.
No, dang.
It's a Sunday.
Because that would have been cool if they released one on like Friday the 13th October.
What are we looking at here? There's nothing written. Is this just like a punch code? Like, I don't understand.
Well, it says Westview Branch. Oh, wait. This is a library card. So
it looked like a clink clink. Oh, so she's taking out a book.
Yeah. So I was thinking this. They timed this with her being in the morgue in the trailer, which it may be. But that's a library card. I was thinking that when I saw it, but I was like, no, it can't be because we're in a morgue. But then I forgot. We're watching a trailer that could be whatever we want.
Anything that you see.
It says right there, okay, it says State of New Jersey Public Library, Westview Branch, number 53961 is what the text at the bottom says. But there's just a bunch of dates, and I'm wondering, you know how like sometimes in these Marvel shows they'll put like a series of numbers and it'll be like a comic book. I'm wondering if you convert these to numbers, if they are different comic books or something.
No, maybe. Write in, let us know, people.
Yeah. If anybody hears that, that'd be cool.
Well, when you sign out a thing, aren't you supposed to put your name? Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is.
Oh, no. Of course. It's the Darkhold.
Yeah.
Right? It's the Darkhold.
It has to be.
It has to be. Wanda checked out the Darkhold. And this must be, like, it's a series of dates that people must have checked it out or whatever. And Wanda is the last to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That checks out.
That does check out. Okay, and Rio, like I said, it says Rio right there.
Interesting.
Comes in and says, "It's how you really see yourself."
Oh, Aubrey Plaza, I love her.
I love Aubrey Plaza so much, and I'm so excited for this. We have a bunch of stuff on the walls, mostly just numbers on the. Yeah, I don't see anything of note, but a bunch of numbers of the little morgue drawers.
Okay.
And Aubrey Plaza.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Leaving you trapped in her distorted spell.
Yeah, so distorted spell. Is it distorted because she's gone, or is it distorted, or is she saying it was like a distorted spell to begin with?
I bet it was distorted to begin with because she didn't really know what she was doing at that point.
Oh yeah. Well, the whole Westview spell, and then, but at the end, she did know what she was doing when she left her in it. So I guess she just like, yeah, everyone else is out, but you're stuck in this like weird spell that my mind just sort of created.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing, I like I said, have not seen Mare of Easttown, but I bet if it's that visually similar, I wonder if her like pulling on her scarf is part of it.
Yeah, and she has that exact scarf. It's hilarious. I'll have to send you a picture.
Wonderful. But you notice when she pulls on her scarf, do you see?
She gets nefarious.
Yeah, well, you see her face?
Yeah, that's
on her
she
cheek?
gets evil.
Yeah, on her cheek, there's a black line. It looks like it's forming and unforming, like veins on her face.
There's that shot later with it looks like she has either cuts or runes all written all over her face, and I wasn't sure whether those were slices or cut or drawn on there in blood. I'll look when we get there.
She has to claw your way out. Okay, and this is where we get
so cool.
Bunch of shots. Yeah, so cool. We get all of the shots in the morgue over the body of Wanda Maximoff, supposedly with all of Agatha's different looks from the different eras of WandaVision. I keep saying Wanda when I mean Agatha, and Agatha when I mean Wanda. All of Agatha's looks from WandaVision.
All the different ruses. And I think it's actually very creepy when the hand comes up and it's her black and white self, because that's creepy. It reminds me of like Japanese horror witches.
Okay. It reminds me of Pleasantville.
Oh.
Very different, but that is it definitely has a creepy vibe. But once she stands up and is so amicable, I guess, like just acting like herself, it just reminds me so much of Pleasantville right there. And I love the Marvel Television logo over this like purple wiggly woos, as we call them around here on the MCU cast. Those look like roots.
They look like roots to me.
I'm just realizing
more
that.
than wiggly woos.
Yeah, I hadn't sorted it out yet, but either roots or just like tree limbs. Yeah, it's probably
very
tree limbs.
Snow White, not Snow White. Very Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, those are tree limbs. Got it.
I keep forgetting that I'm live. I'm like, hi everybody, we're real people.
Just putting our fingers in our mouths, and okay, so then we got a shot of a sky with the moon.
The moon. Let's see. The glory days. I wonder if we're gonna get to go see like her. We saw what happened to her when she like got her powers almost taken, but we didn't get to see like her start.
Well, yeah, and in WandaVision we see her like steal her coven's powers basically and like kill them all. But in this we have a very similar shot, and I'm wondering if she's either absorbing or being helped by her new coven. I think it's going to be I think we've talked a lot about the idea of there being flashbacks in the show, but so far in this trailer, I haven't seen anything that's like seeming like a flashback to the old days. It all looks like her moving. Right.
Even here, you can see she has a button-down outfit on, and that's not the old button-down.
Yeah.
What I mean?
That is not no ye old button down. That is that's an anachronism.
Looks like she's doing red power. That's weird.
Yeah, it looks orange to me.
Mm-hmm.
A little more orange than red, but very I don't know. She's got like just it's so she's lost her powers. It seems they've said something about that later in the trailer. Or we have eggs on the ground with like gold.
I believe that's a stone circle.
Oh.
I don't think those are eggs. Looking,
Okay.
I might be wrong, but that looks like a stone circle to me.
I think that is very good
With
interpretation.
maybe magic coming off them. What's the yellow?
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was moving or not, or if it was just like gold inlay on the stones. But I do think now that I'm looking at it frame by frame, it does kind of look like
a vapor.
Yeah, like a little bit of vapor coming off the stones. And I like the idea of it being stones. That one is just so egg shaped that I thought.
Yeah,
it was
they're
eggs.
perfect stones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it shows us no, it's definitely a different shot. The next one.
Yeah, this
Look at
next
this
shot.
circus nightmare. Ugh.
This looks likely like the scene we see in a moment where they're at the sleepover, or at least dressed like a sleepover.
Maybe they're probably just calling forward a demon to talk to it, to ask it questions, which is usually what these things are about. You would want a salt circle or something like that. You know, you would use a Ouija board to do that, and usually someone would get possessed to converse with the dark side.
Okay.
So they might be doing some kind of spell to talk to a certain demon or something.
I dig it. We see there's a guitar on the floor. There's like a cassette tape. It kind of looks either 70s or 80s to me. Just like the decor, like that weird circle couch.
Yeah,
like
I don't know what's going on. It
print
looks
on
very carnival.
Yeah, well, the floor looks straight up carnival for sure. Okay. There's like a distorted number 5 right there. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. Okay. Moving on to the next. So that's like a weird circusy looking scene. Circusy, but it does look like the same lighting and everything from the scene we're going to see in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm just looking everywhere for details. It looks like Agatha is trying to use her powers and not able to really harness much.
Look at that hair. Fabulous hair.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Great wig. So that's the difference between using a hard front wig and using clip-in extensions. It looks so much more real.
Okay. Love it. This looks like her house from Westview, right?
Yeah.
So this is probably the real world. And that's her like coming out of the spell for a moment or something. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're opening some sort of weird
basement.
Pentagon door, not a hexagon. Surprising.
Well, the Pentagon makes more sense for witches.
I know. It's Westview, so I was just being silly.
Is it Westview?
I don't know. I was assuming we were still in her house. Yeah, that's true. Maybe wherever we're going now, all pentagons.
We've seen her basement. That doesn't quite look like. And she's in her full like Agatha outfit, isn't she?
Yes.
I see the Bruges.
So this actually makes me wonder if this is like I don't know. I'm just like trying to suss out what we're seeing here, and I could almost see this being like a prior to WandaVision moment. Like there's all these witches who we know she goes to later in the trailer, but these witches don't seem to be joining her. Like you said, the mom from that 70s show, Mrs. Hart in the show. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I'm cross-referencing all their names over here from a list of the cast. Anyway, it's a group of witches that don't seem to be as involved with the rest of the trailer, but she does seem to talk to them in the trailer. So I'm wondering individually. So I'm wondering if like maybe this is like before WandaVision, she went there with a group of witches to go see what was going on, and then like when she goes to see them afterwards or something, and they're like, "No, we're not going back to work on any of this. That was really bad." I don't know, because this is all these ladies seem like they're a little older, and a lot of the witches she seems to be gathering are young on the younger side.
The black girls seem young to the right or to the left.
Okay,
there looks like an older woman standing in the back, and all of those girls look young to me.
Oh, okay. It's Patty LaPone's on the left, and Mrs. Hart from Westview is on the right, far right. But yeah, the two in the middle, I don't know which ones they are. Okay. Anyway, they open the big Pentagon door. Green light billows forth.
Whatever it is, she looks pretty excited about. Demon.
Demon. Wing demon. Crazy wing demon. Confirmed.
No. Yeah, right. I'd be so disappointed. Like, where are those wings coming from?
There's some sort of drawings behind this winged demon.
He has drawings on him, too, it looks like.
Yeah. Or, yeah, for sure. Or scars or something. Looks that's really scary. Like, that's really scary.
It's great makeup. I wonder if she has to go face him to maybe take his powers or take powers back.
Yeah. Or, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. And that's the thing, like, I don't know enough about the Witch's Road, but, like, it seems to me the story is going to be something about her trying to get rid of the curse and get her powers back, like come back to power. And so I'm assuming that would be like the over arc of the season, and the whole Witch's Road thing would be maybe she goes to this demon to get his power. I'm assuming most of this stuff's in the first couple episodes because generally they don't give us much past that.
Yeah.
So like maybe this is stuff she like goes to a demon to get her powers back and can't or something, and then like has to do the Witch's Road as another option or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love okay. Now we get our first shot of what we're assuming is Wiccan, which I love. Mm-hmm. Another introduction of a young Avenger situation.
And he's a good casting for it.
Yeah, I think so too. I really think so too. He seems really funny.
Does he have an accent in this? Because I'm pretty sure he's English in real life.
I didn't catch one.
He looks so English. Look at him. He's English.
He does.
But I didn't catch an accent.
I didn't either. I like all the melted wax over on the hearth. Okay. Big room. Lots of stuff. Okay, so this is Westview.
I see a picket fence. It looks like Wanda's fence out there, like the other side.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, this definitely looks like Westview. Okay. All right, and she's in full Agatha garb.
Wait, so those are the wait, go back. Those are the women.
Yeah,
that was in the basement. So the one who was the three women. Okay, so there's the one with the pink hair. She looks younger. Mm-hmm. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so Wiccan's here. He wasn't in the basement, or he wasn't. Right. I keep thinking it's the basement because you remember in the basement she had those big those doors with like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're very familiar with her basement, and that didn't look like her basement.
Right, I agree. I guess there was so many doors and stuff in there. I thought maybe it'd be something from her basement, but I agree. It may not be at all. But this is the same group of people, except for Wiccan's been added, and Mrs. Hart is not there.
Right.
Also, in that shot, Mrs. Hart did not look like a witch. She was just dressed normally.
I wonder if like the gate or whatever is in her basement.
That's
what
I was thinking.
Has no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gates would get into the witch's door.
And so she's like downstairs, like, "What are you guys doing?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm really wondering if we'll see more moments from WandaVision. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
look at that coat.
I'm wondering what these witches are seeing because they all look like they're really expensive.
No, there she is.
Yeah, I'm really because I assumed the first time I watched the trailer that she's a witch because the way that it like showed the two witches and then showed her, but she does not look like she's participating. The other two look like they're.
We have to think all the people in Westview had to go back to their regular lives, knowing the trauma of everything that they just went through. So those people are also dealing with a whole lot. And
absolutely,
yeah, we do need to see the repercussions. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, we've been assuming. Yeah, for a long time we've been assuming that like some of those people might become witches and help Agatha. It's so crazy. This has been like 4 years we've been talking about this. It's been so long since we discussed it. But Emma Caulfield, who plays Sarah Proctor, she's the one at the end of the show that like really has the breakdown in WandaVision when she comes out of it for a second and begs Wanda. But her apparently this was like a news story way back then, 4 years ago. Of the cast of WandaVision, she was the one that Kevin Feige had to approve. And like
you've been harping on this for a long time.
I have, but partially because I love Emma Caulfield. She's awesome. I loved her in Buffy. I loved her in other things. Like she's really great. And so the idea that like she might be someone bigger, and Sarah Proctor is also apparently a name.
What's one of the original people hung in Salem?
Yeah, the Salem Witch Trials.
Like the family was John Proctor and Sarah Proctor. It was that family. So it is, that name can be traveled all the way back. But I don't know whether they might make it that she's actually. I mean, all those people were innocent, pretty much. So I don't know if they would make it like she ends up being someone who could go up against the witches, or I don't know.
And we should
but
say
you don't name him Sarah Proctor and not have something to do with the witches.
Right. And we should say this is not Emma Caulfield. Emma Caulfield was another, Emma Caulfield is not in this trailer. She might not even be in the show. It says she's in the cast. Okay. It does say on Google she's in the cast, but Google's not always right.
So I'm to go back to practical magic, it's funny when they need to do this big spell at the end, you did get a coven, but it really wasn't. It was just anybody who was around who was willing to do the thing and be a part of it. So maybe, if there's this big thing that they have to do, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be witches. It's just that they have to do the spell or whatever with intent and, have the right set of mind and power. You know, to manifest whatever they're trying to do. So and maybe she, because she's an original relative of a witch from Salem, would be able to do that. Or maybe that's one of the people who were a part of Agatha's coven. Like, I feel like there's so many things you can do with the Proctor and with the 1600s time to hear.
I have not forgot about that story with it. Kevin Feige had to approve Emma Caulfield. And I'm like, who could she be? Like, what... Could she be a manifestation of Mephisto? Could she be a whatever? Like, I don't know. I'm really interested to see if they do something real wild with that.
You would think if she was like that, she wouldn't have been able to be put under the spell
that's
so
true.
Easily.
Right. Or was she playing along, or was she, like that could have, like, she's the one that broke Wanda out of the spell. Like, she could have been all planted. I don't know. She might be someone important is all. And they don't show her in the trailer, which makes me even more like my conspiracy brain go, because like maybe there weren't any shots that wouldn't reveal something important about her, Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got the pink-haired girl. We got Wiccan, who we're assuming is Wiccan.
I mean, it literally says it on IMDb.
Well,
I just checked.
IMDb and Google are often wrong on that stuff.
You're going to think this close to the thing and dropping the trailers, they're not going to say who that character's playing?
I haven't seen it officially said he's in this, and so I don't know. I think it's likely. Like, I agree that it's completely likely. I just don't want to, like, whatever. We can stop saying probably, but like, I hadn't heard that he's in the show at all. so it's weird to me.
I just don't see why after the trailer would come out, like on that kid's page, because I thought he was from Dead Boy Detectives, so I went over there to check it out, and I was like, oh no, he's from Heartstoppers. Okay, but well.
The thing about IMDb, sometimes they just get things wrong.
I don't know. All right,
and it's not depending on what page, like it all connects. So like it even if it says your name on a show's page, it shows up on your page, even if it's wrong.
Okay.
Because it's just a database.
Okay.
So this is interesting. We have Aubrey Plaza in old timey clothes. So I assumed she was an older witch because when she shows up and she's like trying to get, Agatha out, I assumed she was someone from her old coven or someone she knew,
Mm-hmm. I would say someone she knew versus old coven, because we saw how that went.
Well, I just meant an old coven as in older coven, like sometime in between the coven that she killed. Okay. But she did exist in the olden times, it looks like, unless this is a glamour of some sort. This Halloween season, the screen says. Okay, there's the Witch's Road. She says she's going to take the Witch's Road. So that's
definitely what's in that basement. They're going through the doors to get down to the Witch's Road, because it's all of those same people.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Patty LuPone is there. See, she's hiding behind everybody. Mm-hmm. I thought she wasn't there, and I didn't recognize Mrs. Hart because look at her clothes.
Yeah, she's got some hooker boots on, and her hair's all teased out.
Yeah, like she looks like she really went through something since we saw her last. That's funny. So I saw her in the shot when we watched the trailer, but I didn't think it was her because she looks so different. But that's Mrs. Hart. And so, yeah, this is absolutely the same group.
And there's somebody else behind Wiccan.
That's Patty LuPone.
That's the yellow coat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Patty LuPone's character. So the exact group plus Wiccan that opens the door. So I'm thinking this is definitely like just one episode because it's all the exact same people in the exact same clothes. Yeah. And this set on here, it says Lilia is the name of Patty LuPone's character.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Love that wig.
Nice. I'm glad the wigs are good. This is going to be such a show for you. I want all the wigs to be good.
They better. They better throw all that Marvel money at it.
So yeah, creepy hands climb up a tree. the classic Agatha look with the same pendant she wore in WandaVision.
They're definitely casting a spell here.
Okay.
They're doing something.
Sweet.
Those are trees.
I really like the idea that they go down to the Mrs. Hart's basement, and Mrs. Hart doesn't know what's going on, but she gets kind of just sucked onto the witch's road with them, and she's just like that looks so epic. Oh man, that looks
Castle.
epic.
But see, that looks very Disney villainous.
Right. That looks like straight out of Labyrinth to me. There's this beautiful shot of like the trees and a castle in the background, and that looks like just Wiccan and Agatha?
I think so. Her hair's down now.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, that's the same outfit, maybe.
No, that outfit doesn't have the Bruges, so I don't know.
I mean, as this, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's not the same outfit she was going into the basement with, unless she takes the coat off and the Bruges off.
Okay.
Which it looks like they went through some shit because her hair's down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming that's Agatha, but it might not be, and that looks like Wiccan's shirt that he was wearing earlier. So cool. Dig it. That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We have
an eviction paper?
Yeah. It looks like Agatha's holding up an eviction notice from 3-star realtors, maybe. It just says 3-star or something. And I'm wondering if, like, I don't know, an eviction notice. Why would Agatha worry about eviction? You know what I mean? Like, what is this about?
I don't
know. Maybe everyone in the town.
Jokey part.
Well, like, think about, I don't know, how long was Westview a thing? Do we know?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think it was that
long. No, I don't think so. It looked like on screen, it looked like 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe less. Like it was like almost every few days they were changing, but that's just what we saw. It just seemed like, the cast of characters that was outside the hex was joining at a pretty quick rate. For a second, I was wondering, like, an eviction notice just seems like a weird thing for her to be showing. Oh, you know what I'm guessing? That's Patti LuPone's character.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she's showing that to be like, look at the state of your life. You need to join me on this witch's adventure. Like, something like that.
Yeah, maybe she's being evicted from her place.
Yeah, she even says join me in that exact moment. Okay.
Witch stuff.
This is, I'm trying to see if that's the same characters. It doesn't look like it. This looks like something that happened in olden times, maybe.
Maybe.
They're all wearing long dresses that hit the ground. And it looks very similar to when Agatha took all of their powers. That's
different time period, though, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's a Victorian time period, so that would be the 1900s, I guess?
Mm-hmm. So probably a little after what we saw in the other. Let's see. Takes hold. And then we get another Victorian era Aubrey Plaza.
I like that she looks like she's going to have green powers. That's fun.
Yeah. I love that they're all getting their own like colors. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a shot of Wiccan with, I don't know what's going on in Wiccan's room. He's got like, trying to tell what's in his room.
It's kind of blurry to me.
Yeah. It looks like, I could see it looks like Michael Myers over his left, the left of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like a picture of an old, like, Civil War general or something. Like, it looks really, like, old-fashioned, almost. Okay, and this is interesting.
This is her getting Wiccan out of wherever he's being held, I bet.
I think so, too. It's so reminiscent of the twins.
Mm-hmm.
They're wearing very similar clothing to what the twins were wearing in their little lab.
Yeah.
It also reminds me of shots from Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way the camera's spinning and the way the whatever, being in a padded cell kind of situation. Not padded, just metal cell. It also kind of reminds me of X-Men, not First Class, but the next one. I guess it was First Class when they go and get the young speedster out.
Mm.
What's that speedster's name? Crap.
What do you mean? Do you mean Days of Future Past?
Yeah, Quicksilver.
So Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that's what I was
not
thinking.
First Class, yeah.
Yeah. This, so kind of just reminds me of that facility a little bit.
Lots of witches. Uh-oh, witch hunters, maybe?
Ooh, witch hunters. I didn't know that was a thing. I mean,
where there's witches, there's always witch hunters.
All right, I dig it.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely trying to conjure something.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at her face.
Man, ooh, yeah, that looks like little slashes and cuts all over her face.
Very Event Horizon.
Uh-huh. All right, explosions in the background. That's, I think, again, Patti LuPone's character, Aubrey Plaza.
Mm-hmm. See, she's coming in there like a ninja trying to kick their asses. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Interesting.
Ninja Witch.
Ninja Witch. Oh man, yeah, look at that. She Aubrey Plaza's character jumping off of a wall, carrying what looks like two knives on either side of her as she leaps through the air.
She's going after Agatha? I can't tell who that is.
Yeah, that looks like Agatha.
Okay, in her house coat.
In her house coat, but like doesn't look like necessarily a house coat from one of the TV shows. So I'm wondering if this is just actual Agatha.
Are they riding brooms?
Yeah, they're freaking riding broomsticks,
yeah.
man. I didn't notice this watching it in real time, but it's literally 4 frames. Oh my gosh, maybe 6, 7 frames. But it's so short, but they're riding broomsticks. That's fun. I think it's broomsticks. It looks like broomsticks.
It looks like something.
Like so Agatha's definitely looks like broomstick. I'm looking behind her, and like the lady behind her looks like she's riding something different. I
can't tell.
It almost looks like a Christmas tree or something. It's weird. Okay, but I'm assuming broomsticks because that's it's witches. Okay, we got a room. There's
those are those black cloaked people getting thrown all around.
Yes, I think so too. And it looks like playing cards, but if I had to guess, it'd be
this
tarot
is a witchy
cards.
thing. They're all floating up in the air. That's fun.
Nice.
I bet that's right before they start flying around on their broomsticks.
Yeah. Oh man, look at the sword. This is a really interesting shot. Goodness. Okay, so the first shot, this checkerboard pattern floor with some sort of like symbol on the ground. There's it looks like an upside down witch. We see her, I'm guessing that's Agatha, probably. It's like, you see like that pink in the middle. That's an upside down dress.
It's the bottom of a dress, yeah.
Yeah, and then all
or
of them
that one
thrown.
witch has been in pink the entire time.
Oh, which I guess I hadn't noticed.
The black girl.
Okay, cool. So that's likely her then. And then there's playing cards everywhere, or tarot cards. And then once they flip upside down, or they're
that's a tarot card table.
Okay, then it's tarot cards likely. And then
maybe that's a princess dress that doesn't look like her dress.
It does look like a princess dress for sure. Which
they're in a church or something.
I'm guessing this is the castle at the end of that like road when they're going on that witch's road or whatever.
Yeah.
This is Agatha. I think we see her in the pink dress in a second. But there are swords all on the ground. So I'm guessing these people are, like you said, probably witch hunters coming after her. We see pink dress falling, and then we see her falling. So I think they're at least trying to say that that's Agatha in the pink dress.
Well, that's not Agatha, right? That was Lelia or whatever.
The eyes there?
Yeah, that was Agatha.
Oh, you may be right. I thought it was Agatha. Okay. So maybe that's Patti LuPone's character falling in the pink dress?
Maybe it's her like witch origin story. Who knows?
Yeah.
She's got sparkles on, pink sparkles.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like maybe that's like them telling the tale of how one of them died to the witch, or like got beat by the witch hunters or something.
Mm-hmm.
Why would anyone join Agatha Harkness's coven? I'm not looking for right-minded witches.
He's so offended.
But also excited. Like I really like yeah. I like this Wiccan version of Wiccan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. In the background, something's moving, and I guess it's just wind. But something moves. It looks like a beaded curtain or something. Okay. And that's them.
Ouija board.
That's that. Pretty sure this is the scene we saw. Yeah, there it is. That's that same floor.
They are flying on brooms.
Yeah, for sure. That's that floor that we see.
That looks like a nightclub or something. Because look at the mirror, the glass mirror, Art Deco stuff on the walls.
It definitely does.
There's a speaker on the floor back there.
Yes, an amp actually. Yeah, guitar amp. So yeah, looks like, but also could be like a man cave type bedroom from the 80s. I could see.
Yeah, all these women are in a man cave.
Well, I was kind of thinking like a downstairs of your parents' basement, a slumber party, because they're all in like slumber
Damn, what
party
what kind of people were you hanging out with when you were younger? I've never seen a basement look like that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, I think that is not you're probably right. It does look like a nightclub. Those big structures in the back look like a nightclub for sure. Oh, and I couldn't even tell. The person on the ground is drawing something with a wand on the ground. See that? There's like a gold stream. They're drawing something.
Circle. Yeah. Well, they're putting a circle around her because that chick's definitely possessed.
For sure.
The Ouija board scene's interesting because I guess they're trying to tell us something with everybody's watches because they all have the same little watch on.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Ouija. Okay, let's get to that Ouija thing again. Interesting. See, no, I don't think they're the same. They're 80s, though.
No, well, I mean, not the same. They're obviously the same brand. Is that trying to tell us, like, what year it is?
They're like digital watches from the 80s. Yeah, this is what's making me... This shot right here is what made me think, like, slumber party Ouija board vibes. Okay. I think this is intentionally a reference to, like, E.T. or whatever, like that classic, like, go through the moon scene.
Yeah, well, witches flying in front of the moon has been a thing way longer than E.T.
Yeah. I just think that Amblin Entertainment logo is like a big deal now. But yeah, I agree. Obviously, that is true.
The house. This is probably when she's going through her flashbacks, trying to get out of.
Oh yeah.
Her little possession here, and that looked like Wiccan's room.
Yep. So the house is exploding, glass flying at her. That must be where she gets all the face cuts too.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is Wiccan's room where she's retrieving Wiccan and running. I wonder if she needs Wiccan because the spell is his mother's spell or something. Like maybe she needs Wiccan to break it or something like that.
Maybe.
Like an
and
ancestor.
Where is she getting him from? Because I mean, it's not like they're real.
Well, no, that's the thing. So in the comics, they are real after they disappear and like Mephisto takes them or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know that they're going to do the comic things. I'm saying from what we know, the only thing that we know is that they exist in a different multiverse.
Yeah, for sure. Which is why I was saying, like, I don't even know if this is Wiccan. And if they do Wiccan, are they going to do the time jump like they do in the comics? If so, that appears what they're doing. So I was just assuming if they might use something similar to the comics origin. So I don't know. Yeah, where are they getting Wiccan? And it's definitely not the comics origin because the comics origin, he's like living with a family. Mm-hmm. It looks like here she has to go retrieve him from some sort of like military facility or something. And it looks like a bad cave-in happens as they're pulling out of there.
Demons.
Okay.
Well, that's Westview in the background, so that's definitely those cloaked people still walking around. It looks like they're going to turn that into like a dark forest.
Oh, yeah, like Westview might become a dark forest. Mm-hmm. That looks like it could either be Westview or that could be like an old-timey Victorian house too, I think.
Maybe. It looks like the same house shot where they landed, and that looked kind of modern.
Okay.
They were bubbling out from behind each other.
Bees out of the mouth has been a thing in various things too, right? Like
yeah, that's
I know witchcraft. That's like, okay, just witchcraft in general. Mm-hmm. I know it from like Candyman, right? Like that's a big. Well,
his whole thing was bees. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So bees out of the mouth of one of the.
That also goes back to biblical stuff, the plagues and blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah. Out of the mouth of one of the witch hunters, and then Agatha, a beautiful shot of Agatha.
Them being all demony now, I'm like, maybe that wasn't a witch hunter. I don't know what. Maybe you can't,
Well, are they all demony or...
Did you see its face? It had like a long tongue that came out.
Oh, no. I think it was bees. It was bees
Go back.
Out.
It had more.
Okay. So what I thought that was a witch hurting that witch hunter. So like the witch hunter is screaming and there's like bees flying out of its mouth. Yeah, that's just...
I see like gaslit. Like, I don't know. That looks like a creepy face. It doesn't...
It absolutely could be. They have a mask on. It's kind of hard to tell because even with the freeze frame, like
witch hunters wouldn't be supernatural. Let's put it that way. If you're hunting the supernatural, you usually wouldn't be supernatural. They would be human.
Well, no, that's my point. That's my point is that the bees coming out of its mouth might be a curse.
Oh, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at that doesn't look like a witch hunter to me. It looks like something demonic.
Okay, maybe. It looks like the same masks to me, but you may be right.
That is blowing bees at somebody.
Okay. You.
That's what I would guess. Because that thing doesn't look upset. You'd be like, "Oh no, bees!"
I thought they were screaming in pain. Is what it looked like
that
to
looks
me.
like it's like the mummy when it's like, ah,
yeah,
and then all the bees came out of its mouth.
Okay, I dig it. Let's see. Back to the shot of Agatha. Then we get Agatha All Along. Here, then we get this very exorcisty demon thing.
See,
happening.
And that is a different room than the nightclub. That is like an attic.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. I thought they were the same room all along. See, I failed.
There's papers everywhere.
Yeah, paper everywhere. This does look more like a basement. They are in more. Yeah. Okay. So those are just two different things, and I was conflating them. The one room has like a real 80s vibe, but it's more like a nightclub. This room is more like a sleepover vibe. So I'm guessing this is the Ouija board room.
Yeah.
And the room, but I really thought when we looked at that Ouija board that it was in the, but I think it's just because those two shots are next to each other.
It's zoomed in so close that all you see is like the table.
It was just deceptive editing. They show the Ouija board and then they cut out to the big shot of that room and the person being surrounded by a circle or whatever. So like, it looked like it was the same room, but it's not. So those must be two different like situations.
Where's she going? What's she doing? Aubrey Plaza just playing it so deadpan is the best.
Yeah, I love it. I love Wiccan. I love Wiccan on the floor freaking out. It's very funny. And also very scary, same time, which I love.
Yeah, I love it. Give me an Exorcist face. Demon girls are the best.
And it also reminds me, the mixture of like...
2-episode premiere. Ooh.
I know. 2 episodes premiere on September 18th. And I really like the combination of horror and like pretty like gross looking, like scary horror with like kind of silliness because it reminds me of like Evil Dead a lot.
So this show's going to be on Wednesdays. That's interesting. Wasn't WandaVision on Wednesdays? Didn't they move it? I can't remember.
I think WandaVision was Fridays.
Okay.
I'm remembering like we used to do. I think for WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and one other one in a row, we did Friday mornings because they dropped on Friday mornings. We just like made it happen that Friday mornings could be a thing. But yeah, okay. So that is the Agatha All Along show. We've been waiting a long time. We've been wanting to see this thing.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pretty thrilled?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to look into this at all. I don't want to know anything about the comics. I just want to like enjoy this for what learn from it. What they're gonna, what they're showing me. I'm going to go on
for
the journey with them. So I'm excited.
For sure. I know that the Witch's Road is a storyline in comics, but I know nothing about it.
It's new.
Oh, it is.
I think it's probably one of those things that's like a primer for this. You know how they do that stuff and they make the comics come out before if you wanted to like get into it a little bit more.
Sure, that's true.
I don't think it was exactly a primer, but it's definitely
A lot of times they're basing the show on fairly recent comic books because they're like a lot of times they'll update the comic books, like you said, to like sort of not necessarily primer, but like this is kind of what the comics look like now, so that when it comes out, it's like, oh, this is what it looks like now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Witch's Road thing seems cool. There is a version of it in comics, but it seems like just like some sort of quest type thing you have to go down to achieve a goal, and in this case, I'm guessing it's getting out of the curse and getting her powers back.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if we'll be contending with the curse the whole season. I think it'd be cool. Like that, like you mentioned, the nightclub looked more like the 70s sort of thing. So I wonder if they're going through like different eras of drama now or different eras of maybe horror movies, like that'd be really cool. Oh man, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I love it.
Any last thoughts?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Too.
Claw your way out of that glamour, girl.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Get out of there. All right.
Do we know how many episodes it's going to be?
That's a good question. I don't know if we know, but I think I was assuming around 6, but I may be just making that up.
Oh, the one I'm seeing says 9. It says 9. I don't know how to share my screen.
I just did the same thing. It's Agatha All Along, how many episodes? And it says 7 episodes.
What are you?
On Google, just on Google. And then I'm looking at a Forbes article and a Wikipedia. And, okay, that one doesn't have the number. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like, we don't have a good source right now. But I hear you. Like Google's telling me the other number. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, we'll find out. I'm guessing it will end on Halloween week, so probably 8 or 9. And that would be rad.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this would be just like we all kind of like enjoyed ourselves during Werewolf by Night, like you were saying. Like this would be a really good like Halloween watch. I'm excited.
The Agatha All Along song was episode 7 of WandaVision.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I'm seeing for anything that says 7.
Okay. Yeah, I saw.
I mean, this is from Marvel.
It is from Marvel. Good.
9.
All right. Well, 9 it is. I guess we will be back with lots more to talk about this series coming and everything else in the MCU. So follow along, subscribe, all those things. Anything you want to tell the people about, Ashley?
Anything that hasn't been. Just check out strandedpanda.com. We're doing tons of stuff over there.
Yeah, we are. And hey, if you enjoyed this, a lot more people catch us on YouTube during this time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Like we tend to do any kind of video centric episodes over here, or any big like drops of content. We tend to do video episodes, and then our audio episodes are every week, wherever you get podcasts. And we also have Multiverse News right here on YouTube every week. So follow along, subscribe. We enjoy being on YouTube, and we need some love over there. So we'll be back. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Thank you for joining us for the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, available everywhere you get podcasts, and now a video version streaming live on twitch.tv/strandedpandatv and available at youtube.com/strandedpanda. And if you'd like to learn more about all of our other podcasts, geeky projects, and ways to support the network, visit strandedpanda.com.